objectives, act as that main priority tank. Meanwhile, JDG, they're going to mix things up. It looks like 7 CS advantage already being built up in the mid lane for Yagao. He's going to get a great back timing, and he probably doesn't even have to use his teleport here, which is great for him because he's then going to have that TP advantage over tank. We'll see if he does choose to burn it, as River is now hovering around the bot side.
Lumao's going to dive in onto Unified. Lumao caught up with the Captive Audience. The stun doesn't quite land there from Kaiwing.
Notice that Loken in that trade did not stop hitting Unified. The moment that he saw River, he was like, the only way we lose this is if Unified gets to turn this around, but he doesn't give him the opportunity to. He's too low, so he has to disengage.
Just see that experience on Ashe for Loken paying off early doors here. Kanavi's going to be able to get double scuttle. Doesn't quite have that level 4, but is looking down towards the bottom lane once again. There's a ward just across the wall here. Lumao's going to clear that one out with the sweeper. Kanavi actually takes it in the end. Kaiwing and Unified, what have they got? They've got the cleanse, they've got a heal. Is that enough to get away from the JDG dive? Lumao caught out underneath the tower, but it was Loken tanking, and there's the first kill of the game. Kanavi's now going to have to try and get away because River is on his way down, but River will not be there in time to get anything else out of this.
Great dive from JDG, and you can already see this early game aggression coming through, trying to leverage the...
Stuck underneath his turret.
Whew. All right. Oh, my throat. Right. I'm looking now at the top lane because Lumao has got early boots. A wave is stacking up towards the top side of the map. Level 6 has been hit. Yagao level 6 as well. PSG is in danger.
Kanavi just hit 6 and leveled up the Call of the Forge God, and now Lumao is coming up with Yagao. There's the showstopper to try and pull River away from the turret. The knockup's going to come through, but already the kill goes down. JDG, they're second on the board, and this proactivity is pleasing to the eye.
Notice that JDG changed targets. They realized that River was sitting here only at level 4 and could cleanly execute upon the dive. Flash in from Zoom immediately onto River, locks him down. Means that they don't have to gamble diving that tanky on this early on into the game. They still get what they want. But now they have their eyes set on tank. The stun coming through, here it comes.
No shift going to be available as well. Yagao dives underneath the turret. Tank just has nowhere to go. One more auto. Yagao swipes away and tank goes back to the fountain.
Matt, Lumao is just such a joy.
Examples of this is early roaming doesn't just net you gold. What it nets you is vision control. Because as soon as you can get to the Umbral Glade, you can deny so much more vision from your opponents and your roams become so much more potent. And PSG are trying to stop that by going in on the bottom lane. Deadly Flourish lands on Loken and there's nowhere for him to go. Hanabi will take the kill.
So I was concerned that PSG wouldn't be able to punish the flashless Loken, but they're able to finally get their first kill of the game. They're going to look to convert this into the first Drake of the game as well. PSG answering back some of the aggression that we've been seeing from JDG.
It's a good TP investment. Of course, Zoom still has his, but he'll stay up in the top lane for now. Navi's actually looking to get in here. Magical Journey's available for PSG, and they're just going to run out of the pit. The Dragon isn't low enough for River, and he can't get the auto as attacks off. Almost goes down in the end, secured by Yagao. And what looked good for PSG has totally turned on its head as Kanavi almost lands the abscond. Duck steals away the tempered bait. River has to flash.
Even at a numbers disadvantage, JDG's like, yeah, we can fight this. Level 7 on, notice the vision score already. You know, you see a couple 8s in there, 10s, 11s, 29.
Yeah.
13 minutes into the game for Lumao. This man has been moving around the map, investing so much vision, protecting the vision as well. Like, this man is a monster.
I will add the addendum. Zombie ward exists.
Your priority in lane to just move around the map. And Kaiwing, he's just walking into the rush thinking he's safe. There's a level 10 set sitting there waiting for you. Zoom's like, yeah, I know that I can just tank this tower. You know what, Lumao, I'll give this one to you. You've had a great vision game. I'll give you a couple kills to help pad out that KD8. He's able to 1v1 Unified. And now they're able to set up for the Drake as well. PSG just cannot move on the map without JDG answering.
And you get into this really awful situation where PSG have a comp that fights well in team fights, but you look at the threat that comes out from JDG. You've got Zoom to disengage Hanabi if he ever goes in. You've got Yagao diving onto your backline. You've got
deal with Zoom later on into the game. Like, Kanavi's only going to get stronger as the game goes on as well. And then, of course, you've got the classic Ashe with the late game carry. Like, PSG, they needed to try and make some plays in the early game. That's falling apart. JDG, they're not slowing down. They're looking for another play mid.
Kaiwing caught up in the parallel convergence, pops the stopwatch, but only stops time for a second. Tempered Bait, get the double, go golden. Call of the Forge God's going to come through as well, but Kaiwing is already done for. Jada Crystal Hour goes wide as now they dive onto Tank. Kanavi steals away his ult, says anything you can do, I can do slightly worse right now as Tank doesn't quite go down.
Yeah, the damage from the 3 orbs not quite enough, but Lumao continuing the chase, looking for the spear, just barely misses it. which means the tank is going to be able to walk away with. This was the dominant performance that I think many expected from JDG, and definitely a big bounce back after their game yesterday.
G2 early.
Yeah, for sure. But a team like JDG, they're a little bit more calculated in their approach. And again, when you look back to that Dragon play earlier, when they were at a numbers advantage, have to hold that as Yagao in a 1v3.
He still has the chrono shift and the power low conversion. Going to dive onto River. The magical journey took everyone away from him, and now River has to flash, get to the magical journey, but the chrono shift is enough. Yagao and Kanavi opening up. Call of the Forge God was used, I believe. No, it wasn't. That was the Grand Star 4. As Lumao joined the fight.
And this is the calculated skirmishing we were talking about. Look at how patient Yagao was. 1v3, he does not mind, and now they're going for the dive.
Oh, Unified, like he was doing everything he should do in that situation. He was backing away from the tower. He was saying, yep, you guys can have it. And now the Tempered Fate comes out as Hanabi tries to join the fray. But so far, we have yet to see a JDG player die. And there's the third from PSG. There's the fourth. Make it 5. JDG with a clean ace in the bottom lane.
Wow. And the only reason why is because River just respawned. JDG are absolutely dismantling PSG. 19 minutes into the game, they're looking to break into the base. PSG have no answers.
JDG are 11,000 gold ahead at the 19-minute mark. This is a demolition to say the least. And they are answering the people who yesterday questioned whether they should be still tournament favorites.
Medic, it was you that said yesterday at 20 minutes, was it at 20 minute items, one of which is a Mejai Soul Stealer, and you're like, well, this is just very unfortunate, and PSG in a very difficult situation right now. Of course, they're looking like they're going to be going 0-2 in
PSG to get back in this game.
And you can see that Kaiwing is on his way. He does have the Bard ultimate to try and stall this objective out. Gonna have Zoom tank things up. Let's see what Yagao does. He has the TP. The Bard ulti comes through.
TP flank. There's a separate TP coming out as Lumao tries to jump onto the Hanabi. Call of the Forge God wasn't used back in response, but here comes the curtain call. Yagao has a good flank position onto River, but he is isolated from the team. Curtains are open. Loken the target. Kanavi was able just to escape from the side. There's the arrow coming back in, and Yagao dives forward. And here comes the showstopper. Zoom into the back line. 1 down, 2 down, make it 3, make it 4, and make it 5 as JDG just sweep away at PSG. Tank almost escapes, but Yagao's having none of that. Chases him down. The ace comes out for JDG. They didn't even need the Baron.
Wow. So initially that fight did not look great for JDG. Kanavi getting chunked out, Lumao dying almost immediately, but the gold advantage they have is just too big. They're looking to get themselves a 23-minute victory, and JDG back on form.
JDG slapping PSG around with their wallets. They will claim their first win of Worlds.
And what a dominant performance from JDG as well.